Hi teachers, welcome back. Lesson plan number 3 is using the strategy questioning. So for whole group modeling, we're going to be setting up 2 different domino trains, one large, one small, and students are going to be asked to observe what's happening in this experiment and then make their observations. So building off of what we've been doing in lesson plan number 1, number 2 of activating prior knowledge to make deeper connections to what we're experiencing. And then number 2 is listing on post-it notes the internal thought process of as I'm thinking of when I'm watching something or reading something. So we'll document all of the questions that we came up with while observing the domino experience. And then we'll read the book, give it a push, give it a pull, a look at forces to see if they can answer some of the questions that we wrote on these sticky notes during the domino observation. Here I have linked the Give It a Push, Give It a Pull book on YouTube, so it's perfect if you don't have access to that physical book. Coming down to small group, the guided practice, there'll be 6 different stations where the students will observe these experiments and then document their findings. So it starts with force pull, tug of war, force push. The students will push a box back and forth, motion, change in position. You can use tape on your carpet in your classrooms to create like a hopscotch. Roll is for bowling. It doesn't have to be bowling pins, really anything as long as you have a ball. Slide car down a ramp. You can use those rolly seats. You can use actual little mini Hot Wheels cars and then trace a pendulum back and forth. Students observe the experiment and then experiment themselves. So you'll be walking around guiding their questioning in these small groups, and then students will record their information in their science books. Coming over to lesson plan number 4, we'll be using the strategy Summarize and Synthesize. Students will be working with energy, different types of energy, so heat, sound, and light. This is what you'll have pulled up on the smartboard or document camera. We'll be using popcorn for our small group to demonstrate the transfer of heat and energy. So that's a nice little yummy treat for your kids to snack on while you're explaining this whole group style. So using the strategy Summarize and Synthesize, students will summarize information by retelling, and then students will synthesize that information through writing. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You'll use this information at the very, very bottom of my lesson plan. Oops, sorry. This very bottom. So these are examples of motion energy, generator, energy transfer, and then energy, right? And then on the following page, we've got images of heat, light, and sound. So your students will categorize all of these into these different categories. You also have the option to add more. I only linked one worksheet for you to print out. This one's really interactive, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Prepare to have a loud classroom.